So, it's a Saturday afternoon in spring. It is uncharacteristically beautiful weather in London, and I should really be out for the day. But I promised myself that today I would finally put up my first video on YouTube. Yes, this is my first video on YouTube. And curiously, the topic is about the process of putting up my first video on YouTube. I wanted to talk about this topic because I was totally stuck as to how to even get started. That is, until I employed a tool that I use pretty religiously in my role as a product designer to get myself unstuck. And that is the tool of reframing. So in this video, I'm going to show you how reframing can be applied to any challenge that you're facing. Whether it's your work life, your personal life, a creative pursuit, reframing can get you unstuck, moving again, and on your way to finding the right solution. So I first learned about the concept of reframing in the book Designing Your Life by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans. By their definition, a reframe is when you step back, take in new information about the problem, and then restate your point of view. It requires you examine the belief you hold about the problem that is keeping you stuck, and then reframe it as a new statement or a question that helps you see the problem differently. It's a mindset that designers apply to come up with new and innovative solutions to problems that feel stuck and immovable. This idea represents what I want this channel to be about. Applying the mindsets and techniques of design to solving problems that we face throughout our lives so we can create our way to a new reality. So, what did I need to reframe exactly? Well, up until an hour ago, I was surrounded by scrunched up, torn out notepad paper, completely creatively blocked as to what to talk about in my first video. I was frozen by the dysfunctional belief that I can't figure out the right content to talk about on YouTube. I had inspiration, and that wasn't the problem, but maybe like you, I've been wanting to put up content on YouTube for years, and I could never quite figure out what I wanted to say. And the belief that was preventing me from starting isn't that different from any other dysfunctional belief that starts with the words, I can't, or I don't know, or I'm not ready to. These are all examples of a fixed mindset, one that keeps us stuck where we are, ruminating on the same problem without taking action until we very likely give up. And this is exactly when we need to reframe. So, how did I actually use reframing in this situation? Well, first of all, I wrote down the dysfunctional belief that was keeping me stuck on a piece of paper. In the leftmost column, I scribbled down the dysfunctional belief, and then next to it, in a column titled Reframe, I posed the question, how can I create a repeatable process for generating content for YouTube? Reframing my problem as an open question with potentially infinite answers freed me from a stuck state and put me in a new, creative frame of mind. I started looking beyond the immediate barrier. I watched content about personal branding, rules for compelling storytelling, guides for getting started on YouTube. That infusion of new information dissolved my creative block. Suddenly, I was rapidly jotting down a first draft of this video with a renewed sense of how to structure it and how to tell a compelling story. So, to summarize, there's a few key aspects to reframing that I think are important and get to the heart of why it's a powerful way to shift your thinking. First, a reframe asks you to consider if you're even asking the right question. Are you missing something essential? Is it really about making content for the first video? Or is it about learning how to make this process easier the next time. Second, a reframe considers that there might be multiple answers or pathways to solving your problem. When we think that there has to be just one solution to our problem, we're closing ourselves off from other possibilities that might help us achieve the outcome that we want. And lastly, a reframe gets you out of thinking that you need to solve a problem once and for all. You need to reframe your question to acknowledge that the answer can change. I hope that you enjoyed this video. YouTube is a bit of an experiment for me, but I now have a lot of ideas for videos and I'm committed to making it a part of my life. Please do hit the subscribe button and watch this space. I'll see you in the next one.